Welcome everyone to SpinPro17.com and our Matrix Calculator tutorial. Today we're going to give you a brief demonstration on how to effectively use our new, advanced, more powerful matrix system calculator. Now the matrix numbers and the calculator have been merged as one, and this is giving you a huge advantage over the wheel. I know some people are scared about the wheel tracking them and whatever have you. Not going to happen. This is just extremely powerful. If you use this the right way, the sky's the limit. And I just want to make clear two things. One, for proprietary reasons, because it's unfair to customers who are paying, we're not going to show you all the sequences. However, we will show you a couple. The second most important thing is we plead with you, please do not write these numbers down. The reason why is the matrix calculator has been changed to an advanced mode where the sequence of numbers that come up are changed. They're not the same. So in other words, if number one comes up and you write down the sequence of numbers, if number one comes up the second time, it's not going to be the same sequence, okay, of numbers. Now, there are a couple of critical factors we want to point out. One that's necessary, you have to have the proper bankroll. And we're going to say this till we turn blue. If you're playing with less than $1 units, like your casino allows you to play with less than $1 units, so you can play with 50 cents, 25 cents, 20 cents, whatever have you, you must have a minimum bankroll of $500 or more. That would put you at 500 times whatever units you're using. If it's 50 cents, you'll have 1,000 units. Now, if you're playing with a minimum, your casino only allows you a minimum base bet of $1 or more, then your bankroll certainly should be 1,000 or more. Now, we're going to get into this new calculator, which is also, the matrix is installed into that. The progression is going to allow you to actually turn a profit and get out as quick as you can, and keeps you pretty much in profit, okay? Unlike the previous version that we've had, this is more advanced. It's not a martingale. You're not doubling up and tripling up and all that kind of good stuff, but it is really wicked. Between the matrix numbers and the calculator, serious damage can be had. Now, what we want you to do is pay attention very carefully at how we're using the calculator with the matrix numbers. It's going to be a short video because, again, we're going to demonstrate how to use it, and as a paying member, you will use it the same way, except you will have the luxury of all of the matrix numbers. So let's move on to the next phase of this video. Okay, so this is the new enhanced SpinPro 17 Matrix Calculator. Here's how this is going to work. You're first going to put in here in the payout column, you're going to put in the odds, and then the odds based on what method or approach or system that you're going to use, okay, with the matrix numbers. So let's assume that you're going to be using a split number system. So you're only going to use the 6 numbers that is generated by the matrix. Okay, after you have put in your spin number, you're going to get matrix numbers, and then you're just going to use those 6 numbers. So let's say you're going to use 17 to 1. Okay, you got to put in 17. And it's going to also ask you for a bankroll. So we're going to start with, let's say you started with a bankroll of 500. Now, here's the great thing about the calculator is when you put in where it says spin number, it's going to be the number off the board, the matrix numbers, and number of bets, meaning how many numbers you're playing. It's going to tell you how many units to bet. And again, don't write this down either, because this will change as you go along. And it will tell you what your profit is after you have a win. You will be using the win and loss button. If you have a loss, click on L. If you have a win, click on W. And once you have clicked on W and you have a win, reset the calculator. Okay, and then you're going to start back again after you decide to come back and play. And again, we suggest as soon as you've made $10 or $15, depends on your bankroll, close the wheel, come back again. If you don't want to close the wheel, just free spin a couple times, play again. Just don't get carried away. Try to keep your profits to a minimal, as far as when we say minimal, per session, and certainly how many sessions you want to play. If you're using our advised wager, or actually money management bankroll strategy, where you have to make a certain amount each day, and then you're going to make, you know, thousands a month, that's perfectly fine. If you want to make 50 or $100 or $200 a day, that's fine. Try not to go beyond $300-400 a day. And the reason why we say this is, if you're going to be beating the casino and you're making $300 a day, 30 days, $9,000 a month, sooner or later, casino's going to shut you down. Okay, they're not going to let you keep beating them like that, and this thing will do that. Okay, the only drawback with the calculator, and is something that we will fix later on, is if you have to use the undo button, it will not change the win-loss column. It will not change that. But you know what? Your bankroll is going to show you what you have. And the only reason you're going to use the undo button is if you're supposed to put in 6 numbers and like number of bets, and it says 6, and all of a sudden you actually put in 7, and you just undo and you put the 7. The bankroll may not, be adjusted, but that's not a crisis. You'll see. So let's move on from here. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. First, we're going to do is we're going to go to a wheel. Okay. And we're going to look at the bankroll. So the bankroll, let's use the bankroll of 500, okay, which we've put into the calculator. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to spin. Here's one thing I want to make clear, and it happened. I was just going to say this, and it happened. If a 0 comes, even in the course of starting from the beginning, or during the course of your playing, for instance, if 0 comes out when you're dealing with the calculator, okay, you don't put it into the spin column. If you put it into the spin column, what's going to happen is you're going to get nothing. Okay, you just, whatever your last number or numbers were, you're just going to play the same numbers again, okay, and just increase your bet accordingly, or how many units you have, or just replay whatever your last bet amounts were. Okay, that's just what it is. So now this bankroll is now changed. I'm gonna have to reset this. Okay, so we're gonna put in here 498, because we lost $2 on that on that free spin, right? All right, so it happens. That's just the nature of the beast. Okay, so number 1, and this is again for proprietary reasons. I can't go down this entire calculator; it'll be unfair. However, to some extent, it doesn't matter to some folks, because I'll tell you what, these numbers are going to change. And what I suggest is, in this, because you have 3 different ways of using it. So since we're using this split number system, now the number 1 came out. So here you go. The number is 9, 14, 22, 31, 18, and 29. So what we suggest is, remember, you have 3 blocks. 3 blocks that are 3 dozens, right? You try not to leave the dozens. Okay, and in each dozen you have the split, or you have 6 numbers, right? 2 groups of 6 in each numbers, in each block. What you want to do is you always stay vertical, okay, or horizontal actually. All right. I mean, at the end of the day, it's really your call. I usually split it to the side. That's it. Okay, and I'm not splitting the number 1. I'm just showing you. Okay, I suggest this. It's more, to me, that the more hits come this way. But if you have, let's say, a number 1 and you're splitting 1 and 4, because it's obviously in this block. Let's say the number 4 comes. That's the only, and that when I say number 4 comes, that it happens to be a number in your sequence. That's the only time you would actually split it on the other side. Okay, most of this is really easy and self-explanatory, but sometimes you have to take the value that you're getting. If you have a sequence where 9 and 12, for instance, both numbers happen to be in the same sequence of 6 numbers, then you're actually splitting this, right? 9 and 12. You're staying in the block, fine. But why? Since you have 9 and 12 as 2 separate numbers, why put 2 chips on it? Why not just split this and this? So you're getting the 9, the 12, the 8, and the 11. But that's only in those rare situations. I think 26 and 29 is one of them as well. Okay, so your number 1 came out. So here's what we're going to do. It's telling us you're going to be playing 6 numbers. Okay, so it's telling you. Okay, that your units is going to be 1 unit. If it's 25 cents, you're playing 50 cents, or a dollar, it doesn't matter. It's one 25-cent coin, a one 50-cent coin, a $1 coin, or $5 coin on each of the 6 splits that you're doing. So we're going to split 9, 14, 22, 31. Okay, so remember, you're starting with 498. So 9, 14 is here. Okay, let's move on. 22, 31, and 18. 22 is here. 31 is here because it's in this 6. 18 is in this 6. Okay, and we're going to show you the different approaches, like I said, of how to use this. Okay, and 29. Okay, there you go. Bingo. All right, so your first bet, and 36 came out, so you missed. Okay, in a case like this, what you would do is you're going to click on L. Now again, see, your bankroll changes to 492. That's correct. It should show that, as it says here. Okay, now, again, don't think that because you hit, let's just say you had a hit and 22 is your hit, that it's going to be 22, 1, 9, 14, 31, 18, and 29. Don't do that, because these numbers are going to change. Okay, we have, like I said, revamped the matrix to really work the way it's supposed to. Now, the number 36 came. I think it was 36, wasn't it? So we're not going to show you all the numbers, but again, even this, it's going to change. Okay, so here's what you got. You got 6 numbers again. Okay, it's telling you to bet only 1 unit. This thing is going to keep you in profit. Okay, when you're missing fine. When you hit, you're going to be okay. So it's saying 1, 23, 3, 1, 23, 3, 18, 27, 21. Okay, so you're going to split 1, 3, 18, 21, 23, and 27. It's going to do its job. It's going to make its profit. Okay, so 31, you had a miss. Again, sometimes this is going to happen. Not worried. It will happen, and that's what it is. But you're going to be fine. You have the bankroll to sustain it. Okay, now you have to put the L in here. So now your bankroll is at 486. Okay, now notice something. Because it depends on how far you go. If you had hit here, certainly this will not say 2. It depends. Now, this is saying 17, 34, 25, 26, 27, and 13. Okay, so 1734. So 1734. All right. 25, 6, 27, and 13. 25, 6, 7, and 13. Sometimes most of the time it usually hits within the first 1 or 2 spins. Sometimes you make it go 3, and in uncertain circumstances you'll go 4 deep. There we go. You did hit. So you're at 510, folks. I've already made my $10 profit. I'm done. I've played for 3 minutes and I'm done. Okay, in this case, you put in a win. There you go, 510. So you started at 598. You're $12 ahead in a few minutes. Obviously, if you stop, take a break. Anytime you have a win, like I said, you're going to reset and clear. But you've made $12 in less than 5 minutes. I mean, of playing. Take a break. You come back again, whack away. You may make more than 12. But certainly, there's no reason you should not make, $30, $40, $50 in a half hour, or certainly in an hour. I mean, the more you play, you are going to get more money, right? So if you just, pace yourself, well, I can see you making $100 an hour very easily. Okay, so for the players who are paid customers, this is exactly how you're going to do it. Okay, except I'm not going to show the rest of the sequences. This number, if you put in the number 31 here again, it's not going to come out with these same numbers. I can tell you that right now. It's going to be different. Okay. Okay, so this is one way of doing it. Once you're a paid member, again, you're just going to follow the same setup. If you had a miss here, you're just going to put in whatever the number is that you missed on. Okay, and you play that sequence. And that's it. Like, let's say, you missed and the number 1 came back out for some reason. You just put it in. It will give you a sequence of numbers. You're betting 6 numbers. Okay, it'll tell you how much to bet, and you keep going until you hit. You make your profit. Once you make your profit, reset. If you're not ahead by $10 from the start of your session, $10 or more from the start of that session. So in other words, you're at 510. So this would be a reset. And when you start off again, let's say you were doing the same thing, 17-1, your bankroll will be 510. So what are you looking for? You're looking to get to 520 or more. Okay, so there you go. All right, this is the first way of doing it, and this is video number 1. Okay, this is the demo video, but it's also going to be used the same exact way when you have your new Matrix membership, because again, the sequences are all different for each number, and you will hit. Now, the other way of doing it besides the split is, and you know, what you can do is you can do multiple splits. I just forgot to mention that, and I'd like to mention that here. Let's just say your number was 1, okay, and you had these numbers. You bet 6 numbers, okay. Now let's say you lost. Let's say the number 22 came out, okay. You can do this. You can say, okay, I'm going to take this last 6, and I am going to also take this 6 as well in this case. But again, don't write these numbers down, because 22 or 1 or any one of these numbers come down, sequence is going to be different. So if I try to use this, for instance, 6 numbers, but now I'm going to say, okay, I lost, I'm going to use these 12. Chances of hitting is going to be very high, by the way. Okay, it's telling me to spend $2, 2 units. Okay, but you're betting 2 units on this, 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 and this. Okay, so you're betting 12 splits, okay, at $2 each. Okay, that also works if you needed to go that route. Okay, so this is one way of using the matrix sequence of numbers.